I heard movement outside the bathroom door. I checked, nothing, assuming house creaks. I went to bed, but odd noises, creaking like the house swayed in wind, though there was none, kept me up. I investigated but found nothing. Exhausted after a long work day, I relied on coffee the next day. Returning home, I craved sleep. I turned on the shower, but before getting in, I heard something outside the door, certain it passed by and left the bedroom, like something crossed my room. I checked, saw nothing, and searched the house, convinced something was in the walls or floorboards. I showered, got to bed, and fell asleep before midnight. I woke instantly knowing something was wrong. It was dark, the house silent. I felt the noises were related. Peering at the door, I saw a shadow move under the crack. Heart racing, I sat, up as it shifted away, footsteps moving down the hallway. Frozen, adrenaline pushed me to open the door. At the hallway's end, a man's outline stood, eyes piercing with anger and restlessness. I slammed and locked the door. His footsteps rushed downstairs, leaving after 30 seconds. Police found signs he'd been in the house days but couldn't identify him. I think he slept in my bed, hid in the closet, and left during my showers. Why he lingered downstairs after I saw him is a mystery. Knowing a stranger hid in my house while I slept is horrifying. He hasn't returned with no updates on his identity. Last year I moved far from the city to a house, as my work-from-home job didn't require urban living. I loved the isolation initially. One weekday afternoon, a knock at the door, the first since moving in, caught me off guard. I opened it, to a tall, middle-aged man. "How can I help you?" I smiled, assuming he was a neighbor. He leaned to peer past me into the house, as if checking who was home. Unnerved, I pulled the door closer. He turned and left without a word, driving off from a parked car. It was the oddest encounter I'd had, and I didn't know what to think. I stayed home that night to ensure he didn't return, debating a police report but feeling foolish over his lack of action. At 9 p.m., watching TV, I heard voices outside. Muting the TV, I heard at least 2 people talking in my backyard. At the back window, I saw 2 figures crossing my yard, one holding a long tool, the other unclear. They moved toward the side of the house. I checked the side window, but lost them as they stopped talking. A loud knock at the front door startled me. Through the peephole, a man in dark clothing, hat hiding his eyes, stood. One of the 2. "What do you want?" I yelled, hoping to scare them. He looked to the side, then back, silent. His lack of response terrified me. I went for my phone but heard loud smashing. A man was hitting the back door with a shovel, saw me, paused, and ran. As I dialed 911, the side window was struck repeatedly, stopping when the police answered. Silence followed until they arrived. The man at the door, the same from earlier, stayed. He denied everything, even with damaged doors and windows, and wouldn't mention the other man. Weeks later, he gave no answers. I wonder why he was so desperate to break in and what the man at the door's role was. I moved soon after, hoping they weren't after me.